In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to perform some basic tune-up maintenance in this 2019 Ford Escape with the 1.5 liter EcoBoost. We're going to be doing an oil change complete with oil filter, putting in a new cabin air filter and a new engine air filter. According to the owner's manual, the oil should be changed every 3 to 10,000 miles depending on how you use the vehicle. The cabin air filter should be replaced every 20,000 miles, and the engine air filter should be replaced every 30,000 miles. Now, since we have all the parts, let's get going. First thing you'll have to do is securely lift your vehicle, whether that be with a quick jack system like I have, or a floor jack and jack stands. Just make sure that you've lifted it up and you are safe to go underneath. Now pop the hood and remove the oil filler cap and just set that aside. Underneath, get your oil catch can ready to go. Underneath the car, you'll have to remove this plastic/fabric shield. There will be several T30 screws holding it in. I recommend doing the ones in the back first. Now you have access to the oil drain plug on the bottom of the oil pan, and that can be removed with a 14mm wrench or socket. Now you can reach up and loosen the oil filter. You may be able to do it by hand, but this one was installed pretty tight. Now I can reach up by hand after I've loosened it. And as it gets loose, it's going to start to drip. It's a good idea just to keep it on just loose as it drips and drains. After I'm confident most of the oil has come out of the filter, I can continue to loosen it. Then I'm going to pull it down with the bottom down just like that, so it doesn't all spill, and I can dump all the rest into the pan. Now we're immediately ready to install the new filter. I've got a little bit of oil poured into the cap here, and I'm just going to put a little oil around the O-ring here so it seats well. Since this oil filter goes in sideways, I won't be pre-filling the filter. The new oil filter will go in the same way that the old one came out. And I'm just going to tighten it by hand, nice and snug by hand without a wrench. Now when I'm satisfied that most of the oil has come out, I'm going to reinstall the drain plug. Just get it nice and snug without overdoing it. Now I've reinstalled the plastic undershield, and the car can be lowered back down since we're done working underneath it. Now with the car lowered, back up top under the hood, put a funnel in the oil filler. Then pour in 4.3 quarts of engine oil. Now go ahead and check the oil level, and then we'll also check it again after running the engine. Now we have to reset the oil maintenance reminder. To do that, with the foot off the brake, we're just going to hit the engine start button to power up the car without starting the engine. There's my reminder. And I'm going to go through these menus here and navigate to Settings, Vehicle, Oil Life Reset, and it's going to tell me that I had 4% left, and hold OK to reset. So I'll hold the OK button. Oil life reset successful, and now we're back at 100%. With the oil change done, let's move on to the engine air filter. To access the air filter, you'll need to remove 4 8mm screws. The first two are right here and there. They will actually stay in the top part of the filter housing. Then the next two are down there and down there. With all 4 screws loose, you can take the cover off of the filter housing, and you now have access to your old filter. Pry up on this side of the filter and pull it away from the intake tube. And now is a good time to vacuum any debris out of your airbox. Now the new filter can be installed in the same way you took the old one out. Slide it onto the intake tube, and then in this side. If you look carefully here, you will see that there's a groove that the end of the filter fits into. There's the groove in the box, and the end of the filter slides right in. Now the cover can be put back into place, and all 4 bolts can be tightened up. Now the last maintenance item we're going to do is replace the cabin air filter. That's going to be done in the passenger footwell right down here. And the first thing we have to do is remove these 2 black clips. That'll help us get this carpet piece out of the way. So these are just going to be a simple squeeze and remove, and there'll be a yellow stud left. This one is missing on my vehicle, but you'll do the same thing with that. And then this carpet piece can come right out of the way. Now on the left side here toward the center console is where we're going to access the cabin air filter. There's a T20 screw right there that has to come out. With that screw removed, you can take these 2 tabs, pull them in, and the cover will come off of the air filter housing. This foam right here is your air filter, and that will slide right out. You may need to shimmy it a little bit. Now check out the old filter versus the new filter. Now on your filter, it will tell you the direction of the airflow with this arrow. You want the arrow to be pointed toward the people, toward the passengers, not toward the engine. So this foam gasket strip is going to go toward the engine. And the most difficult part of this is getting this filter in, because you are going to have to sort of fold it, and it will appear to be a little mangled, but it should bounce back into shape once it's in. You can slide it in and out a little bit there just to make sure that it all snaps back into its shape. And it'll fit in just like that and disappear. Now this cover can be reinstalled with this tab for the screw facing down. The easiest way is to compress the 2 tabs and line it up by eyeing up the screw hole there. Once that sits flush, you know you're good. You can release the tabs. Now the T20 screw can be reinstalled. And this fabric can be put back in place. The main thing you're looking for here is that the holes line up with these yellow studs. It just tucks back in. And there you have it. This Ford Escape is good for many more miles now. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please subscribe to the channel and leave a comment down below. And don't forget to like the video. Thanks for watching.